go. Wow. Let's go to Home Depot. Pawning is definitely gone.
Hey everyone, how's it going? So here I am at a Ford event. This is not your typical Ford event. This is the F150 Lightning Ford event where you can actually experience first look at the F150 Lightning. This is a fully electric truck if you're not aware, and it is designed similar to a Tesla. The battery pack is underneath the vehicle, designed in a skateboard form. And the housing of the battery on top is plastic, but underneath it does have reinforcement metal as well as some crossbars. So I don't know the thickness of this casing underneath, but it looks well protected from any terrain if you do take this off-road. So it does have some crossbar protection there. And in terms of the design, is very similar to the current F-150 internal combustion engine vehicle. The major difference is definitely the acceleration. It picks up from 0 to 60, according to Ford engineers, about 4 seconds. 4.5 is what they're currently testing at, but they think it will be faster when times come to production. The interior is no difference from your current F-150. You have your Pro, XLT, the Larite, and Platinum models. So they have 4 models. This is the Larite. It has some luxury package, all cameras, all around the vehicle, 360 view. It does have that keyless entry. No key card like a Tesla. The front is definitely huge compared to any Tesla front or any other EV front. The front has 4 110 outlets and a couple USB, I believe. Yep, there's a couple USB there as well. It's very massive, and you do have your safety latch to get people out if they're stuck in there. A couple latches here. Those are actually plastic, so the production should be metal. Although the other hooks are all steel and metal. And there's actually a second storage underneath here for all your other tools, power cable, and so forth. And then you have your windshield wiper fluids, and that is it for the front. From the rear, you do have a 5.5 feet bed. There's your other connection for 110, and a level 2 charger. So I believe that's a NEMA 1450. So any tools that requires that will have that access. So that's nice that Ford actually have this in the rear as well as the front in terms of charging options. Now, as far as charging the vehicle, is your J1772 universal plug, and it is located on the left side of the vehicle. And you can fast charge this. There is a cover underneath that J1772 where you can open up and fast charge this vehicle. On the right side, you have a same identical opening, but it doesn't open. It's just there for symmetrical purposes. And the headlights, looks like all the options, all the models have the same either LED, it looks like LED or HID lights. So very nice that Ford threw that in. These are 20-inch by 75 and 40. The rear bed, again, 5.5 feet. I was trying to measure this with the phone digital measurement. I got about 5 feet, but I think that's because of that TV flat screen there showing the spec of the vehicle. But it should be 5.5 feet. And from the bed height to the bottom, it's about 20 inch. I would say 22 inch. This scale is slightly off, so plus or minus 2. And then from the rear bed, the width of it is about 5 feet. 5 feet and a few inches, I would say. I didn't have an exact tape measurement, but this is from the digital phone measurement. It's a good size. It will fit in your garage with this 5.5 feet bed. It's a crew cab, so 4 doors, and the range is up to 300. And it does have this nice stepping bar where you can pull out from the tailgate. And it's nice to be able to have this so you can load easier and have some more support versus trying to get onto that tailgate or lift gate. So what's holding this tailgate is just the metal wire. You do have other compartment to store your measuring tools, spot to put your mug while you're working on your blueprints or whatnot. You can measure a 2x4 and saw it off of your tailgate here. So there is a measurement embedded in the bed. You have your tow hook as well as power to your tow. As for the back window, there is an opening. It's very flush and a clean look. So you have access to your truck bed if you need to reach out there for whatever reason or just get some clean air. And then for the infotainment system, we're going to have to do a separate video for this because it does have a significant amount of option, customization, towing capabilities, and what you can do with this display. This is the same display as in the Mach-E Mustang. I don't believe it's a different size, although some claim it might be larger. I'm not 100% sure there, so don't quote me on it. But it's not as quick as a Tesla, but definitely functional. And we'll go through that detail in another video, so remember to subscribe. And as for the motors, this F-150 Lightning has two motors, one in the front and one in the rear, just like your Tesla, with the exception of the Plaid models now have tri-motors. So these are four-wheel drive vehicle, two motors, four-wheel drive, 330 horsepower and 770 foot-pound of torque. So very strong vehicle, electric vehicle, and that's expected of any EV. So there's your battery pack, skateboard-like, just like the Tesla. It does curve up slightly here, or maybe it doesn't curve up, but there's about 130 kilowatt worth of batteries in here, according to the Ford engineer. So likely it will range between 120 and 140, they say. As for suspension, doesn't look like it has adapted suspension or any air suspension in this model. I don't know if that's going to be an option Ford will allow you to have in the future. It does have a spare tire, just like your regular gas F-150 on the rear. And as for the front, it does have a cooling system. There's your radiator that is likely to cool your vehicle and the vehicle battery, that is. And it does have some openings there for you to rinse it off when you need to. Couple tow hooks in the front. Otherwise, not much else in the front once you close the hood. So now we can go ahead and talk through our test drive experience or test ride experience. They have two different models here, the Pro and the Larard. But according to the Ford driver, all the interiors are the same. They haven't have the updated model with the latest interior yet. So as for ride quality, butter smooth, fast acceleration, 0-60 in about 4.5 seconds, although it feels a lot faster, and I'll explain why. The reason is that it feels more like a boat. If you've been in a Ford truck before, it doesn't handle well. It leans into corner, and the same thing with the acceleration. Once he punched it, the back end falls down and the front end lifts up. So hopefully Tesla will share some insight here for Ford to take into consideration to maybe perhaps install or given the option for adapted suspension or some suspension that will give it better handling in corners and acceleration, because I actually got seasick or motion sickness after this drive. And I've been driving EVs, mainly Tesla, but it handles really well. It doesn't lean. It doesn't lean backwards when you're accelerating as much, or you can't feel it. But this truck, I don't know if the Cybertruck will be the same way. Hopefully not. But something that we'll definitely keep in mind when we're going to test drive the Cybertruck whenever that time comes. But we do have a Cybertruck pre-order. And we want to get your thoughts. Would you consider Cybertruck or this F-150? The pricing is very similar. The only difference is probably the range. Tesla will probably outbeat Ford with the range, but we'll see once they all go into production. So there are some forums that saying Ford are hiding some numbers. 300-mile range is with towing, but some are saying it's without towing. So we're going to have to wait and see. And they also have other interceptor police vehicle, a Ford Explorer, And then F150, I don't know if this is just implying that they're gonna convert these to electric or have a option version where you can get full electric on this vehicle. Probably gonna be a high seller if gas price continue to increase. And then we also came across this van that Ford makes, this transit van. And you've probably seen this with Amazon delivery or even with Tesla mobile service to fix your vehicle. They use these vehicle, but it's gasoline. So it looks like Ford will actually roll this out around the same time with the F-150, according to one of the Ford employees there. It's very spacious, looks exactly like the gas vehicle. This is the E-Transit now, not just Ford Transit. It's coming out in 2022. All the trims, everything looks exactly the same. The only difference is probably going to be that display. They're probably going to have the Mach-E version option where you can have that. And to charge this is right in front underneath the emblem. There's your charge port. So again, J1772 universal plug, and it also can fast charge with the plugs underneath. Anyways, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are if you would consider a Ford F-150, Vivian, or a Cybertruck. Catch you all next time.